Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are drawing some hands and maybe some other stuff. I don't really know. I kind of just thought, hey, I'm just gonna draw random stuff, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start off with the box. I've got some references. I'm starting with not looking at the references. I just want to see if I can draw a hand without drawing or looking at the references. It's going to be a pretty simple hand, just kind of pointing with a finger, and then the fingers are like this. Alright, that looks fine, not bad. How does the thumb work though? I don't really know. I really should just do like a specific thumb study, but I don't know exactly how to do that, and I don't want to. So no, I will not do that. Alright, that's not bad. This is definitely not perfect or anything. I could probably, whoopsies, probably make that a little bit better, yep. And yeah, that's fine. It's not perfect, but it's fine. I'd say it's pretty good for literally one that take like a couple seconds and no reference. No idea what the hell I was going to draw. Looks good. Alright, what are we going to do now? Well, a hand. Let's look at the references real quick. Let's do that one. You know what, actually, I don't feel like looking at the references. Let's use my hand. Just because this will just be easier. Because the references are all the way up there. I'll have to look up to see them, and I don't want to. Alright, go like this. Look at the way the fingers are. Alright. This one should reach down to here. This one should reach all the way to here and go into there. This one should be out, reach to here, there, and there. That looks pretty good, alright, definitely not perfect, but it's not bad. Okay, sure. Now we'll go ahead and go like this. Now, how long should that be? About the same length as the hand, so we're just kind of eyeballing that. I did put my fingers there, but I did not actually even see where the fuck I put my finger. Alright. Now let's try and go like this, and that, and this, and that, and there. Looks decent. I have moved my hand a couple times, so the position keeps changing, but it's fine. As long as we get it to look roughly as it should. It should be fine. I have no idea how big the thumb is supposed to be comparatively to the rest of the hand. I guess I can... That's about the size of the hand. I think my thumb's a little too big. Okay. Go like this. We've got a bit that comes out. It goes like this. This. Got my nail. There we go. I guess I can color in the nail since I have painted nails right now. Alright. There we go. Boom. Perfect. Go ahead and make that a little neater. And yeah, that's not bad. Definitely not perfect, but not bad. How long did that take me? I don't really know, because I didn't look at the time or anything. I just made that part worse, but that's fine. Alright, we'll go ahead and add nails here and here. That part is still messed up. There we go, go like that. Yeah, these fingers are still messed up. It's fine. Go ahead and move on to the next hand. What should we do for the next hand? Should we even do a hand? Should we draw a head? We could draw a head. Let's go ahead and draw a head, sure. Alright. Go like this. Then, I like to do the circle first before I add the center line of like where the head should be, because then I can measure it a little better and kind of see the perspective a little better, because I don't know why when I just add the line first, I never get it to look right, or I never feel like it's right. So, I like drawing the circle first. Alright. There we go. Yep, sure, that's a little iffy, but you know, it's fine. Now, I don't always do this, but you can bring these lines down there. This side's not going to get one of those lines because that's just the face on this side. Alright, go like this, go like that, and we'll have to add a head still, or not a head, a chin still. Right here, we'll go ahead and go like that. There we go. This doesn't look bad, but it's not the best, because this should be more flat and less curved, but also still curved, but just differently, if that makes sense. Alright. Now that's messed up. You know, if I grab my tiny eraser, I'd be able to fix this really easy, but I don't feel like just grabbing another pencil. That's annoying. Alright. Now I'll go ahead and grab that. Do this. There we go. Okay, yeah, sure. That's not bad. I don't know. Shade it. Don't need to. Not even shading these things. I could shade these things, couldn't I? Yeah, I could. Maybe I could do that. Do some... that should be a little longer. Yeah, I could do that for one video, but not now. What else are we gonna draw? Just random things. We could draw a foot. I hate drawing feet, but I've been practicing. Now, let's draw another hand. I'm thinking. All hand positions have left my head. Like every single position a hand could be in. Alright. I'm using my references again, because I remember that they're up there. Alright, now what are we doing? I genuinely have no idea how to describe this position, so I'm just not going to. You just get to see it. I don't feel like doing that one anymore. We'll continue that one later. We're going to do a different one. Alright. I feel like it's pretty easy to tell what hand position I'm doing here from the side. Alright. There we go. There we go. Yep, sure, looks good. How are we gonna handle the hands? This is the pinky over there. We need to see my hand. Okay, I can't get my hand looking at that perspective, even if I try to, and my bones don't bend that way. My hand is sweaty. Now my wrist kinda hurts. Let's go ahead and try and get this part like this. And that. I'm trying to make all the lines smooth, but I kind of want to make them sharper because, well, smooth is too realistic. I want them sharper. I want them to look a little less realistic. I want it to be a little more fun looking. I want it a little more cartoony. That's what I always say. Anytime it's not realistic, I call it cartoony. Even though that's not necessarily what I mean. It's just the best way I have of describing what I mean. Because I don't know how to describe things. Alright. We got a pinky that goes like that. Definitely not the best pinky. That's a little wonky, I'm not gonna lie. I want to draw the pinky first, though. Alright, I was going to add some bend to that, or like straight to it, but nah, we're not gonna do that now. We're just gonna bend them all back, like with the rest of the hand. Alright. There we go. There we go. And there we go. 1, 2, 3, and a fourth one. Right there. Yep, sure, these fingers are too small. I drew them too small. I was not paying attention. Look at that and compare it to the fingers. That's not right. They should all be at about probably this height, maybe? I don't really know. That's fine, I'm not gonna fix it. That's fine. Moving on. What was I doing with this hand? I don't really remember. None of those references even look like this, so we're gonna do this one. And we're gonna try and do it a little more cartoony. A little less detail, a little more just trying to get the emphasis of the hand and the pose. Just kind of see what we can get. Alright. Now, what am I doing? The thumb should really be like how many bends does our thumb have? One right there, and then we have another. Alright. Yeah, that thumb's way too big, but honestly, we're just gonna keep it because it's fine. And that's actually not that bad, not gonna lie. Not perfect, but it's not bad. So yeah, we'll keep it. Well, obviously we're gonna keep it. It's not like we're gonna erase it. What are we gonna do now, though? We gotta draw a hand like this again. No. Like this. No. This. We could do this. We could. I hate drawing hands like this. It always looks wrong because of foreshortening. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna see what happens. Just see what happens, you know? Just see if we can do it now. Alright, start with a foreshortened fingus. Boom. Doesn't it look like a finger? Look at that. Boom. And look at that. Boom. And look at that. Boom. I may have messed that one up just a tiny bit. Just a tad. Alright. Hold on. Let's try to turn this into an actual hand. I was kind of just messing around. But let's see if we can actually turn this into something. That was a weird burp. Ow, I just bit my tongue. Well, that wasn't that. Blood. Tasty, right? Well, now my tongue hurts, and we're drawing a hand that I have no idea how to draw. But that's fine. That's a good thing. We need practice. We need practice drawing these hands. I avoided drawing hands I couldn't draw when I was practicing hands, because I wanted to draw the hands, not struggle. Now I want to struggle. No, I don't, but I just want to be able to draw these types of hands. I still want to be able to do really perspective-heavy drawings, and I can't do perspective. I've been trying to practice some perspective, but I've mainly been breaking down each body part and trying to practice it alone, like heads, hands, feet. I'll go ahead and draw a foot. See if I can draw one. When I draw hands and heads and lots of other body parts, I like to break them up into shapes. It makes it easier for me, but a foot, I don't do that. The only shape that I break the foot into is draw the heel. I draw a circle for the heel, and sometimes, not always, I will draw a triangle for the foot, but I don't usually do the triangle part. I usually just draw a circle and then just kind of wing it from there. But I I also usually use pen, so if I mess up, I can't undo my mistake. So I can undo my mistakes right now, so if I mess up, it'll actually be way easier than when I'm doing my practices. Although this foot is looking amazing, actually. Even though this is looking way better than I thought it was, even though there's like barely anything in it yet. Alright, yeah, now the toe is probably where it's gonna start looking a little fucky-wucky, but it's fine. Alright. There's a toe. Bam. I should actually raise that up a little bit. Foots have a little bit of a little bump on the top of your foot. Not all feet, but some and most. And I think it breaks it up a bit if I add it anyways. And yeah, that's it. That's actually not that bad. No, I don't think that looks bad. Way better than I thought it was going to turn out. Yeah. Pretty good. Alright, I could add some detail onto it, like, oh, add the heel right here, or something like that. That's not the heel. Yeah, that's not even where it goes. Whatever. I'm not going to add anything else because, well, I don't really know where all the parts go yet. By memory. Do we draw another one? Do we draw another head? Let's draw another head. Let's try to draw a head from, like, above. I can never draw heads from above. Every time I try to do that, it just looks like this. It just looks like it's from the side. Or, like, whatever. It doesn't look like from above. So we're gonna try to do this. How do we do this? Well, I don't know. There is a reference of a picture of a man from above. But he has large hair, and it's covering most of his face. So we're gonna try. We're gonna do our best. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna do what we can. Should I draw a circle over here? Every other time I've tried to draw a head from above, I've drawn a line on the top of the head. I feel like this is disorienting, or disoriented. The head is. These lines aren't right. Look, it's just a side. Yeah, we're gonna erase this. We're gonna try again. Our circle wasn't even very circular either. Alright, pick the hand up. Circle a couple times. This never actually helps me. I see a lot of people do this, and I'm sure if I did a decent amount of help, and yeah, that's not bad. It's definitely shorter this way than it is this way, but circle enough. Which actually, I probably shouldn't just accept circle enough when I'm drawing heads. I don't know. Maybe we'll try just drawing a smaller incline on the head. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a way I can make this work, because I want it to work. What if we angle the circle differently, and angle this differently, and then angle the head differently? It's still just gonna look the same, though. I can make him look like he's looking down, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. Hold on. Let me just kind of disregard all the guidelines and just kind of scribble and see if I can make something out of this. Alright. Make him look down. No, he's gonna be looking straight because his chin's too small. Unless we gave him like a big forehead, then we need to give him hair to cover it up. We're not gonna draw hair right now. Alright, hold on. I got this. It's gonna look perfect. You know what? We're not even gonna use that one. We're gonna use this one, which will erase the majority of it. Which will probably be better. Alright. Yeah, I think this is just a straight facing or diagonal facing head, which does suck. I'll practice this more. I'll actually figure out what you're supposed to do instead of just winging it. But, yeah, whatever. Alright, go ahead and the eyes, and the line across the face. Alright, which I need to stop bending this line so much. It's supposed to be straight. Feel your face. It's a straight line. Alright. There you go. Draw that, draw that, draw that. I guess we can add the neck too. I wasn't going to, but we can add the neck. And I always add this little bit, but I really should be adding shoulders too. I just don't want to. But I should be adding shoulders and a little bit of the chest anatomy too, because it's just more practice. Anyways, I'm going to end this here. I might draw a couple things, but I'm going to end this here. Well, goodbye.